Hi, my name is Ashley and I'm a mom of two little girls. My older daughter Kylie is going to be turning 4 years old in just a couple of days, and my younger daughter Mia is going to be turning 2 years old just a couple of days after that. So the last time that I gave a tour of my younger daughter Mia's room, she was only about 4 or 5 months old, and she had literally just moved into the room and into her brand new Montessori floor bed after having been sleeping in a bassinet for the first couple of months of her life. And over the last year and a half, a lot of things about her bedroom have changed. So from one busy parent to another, today I am really excited to take you on an updated tour of her Montessori toddler bedroom. So here is just kind of an overview shot of Mia's entire room as it looks now that she is a toddler. So the main feature of Mia's room is obviously her Montessori floor bed, which we've had since she was a baby. She's been sleeping in it since she was about 4 months old, and she absolutely loves this bed. She has always been super cozy and feels really safe in it, and we've always felt really good about her sleeping in it. So it is the Sprout Montessori floor bed, which I will leave a link to in the description box down below. It is actually really cool because it doesn't require any tools for assembly. It kind of like snaps together, which is cool because then there's no hardware on it that your child can hurt themselves on. So I will put a link to the floor bed in the description box down below, as well as my discount code, which is HAPAFAM, and that will get you 10% off of your entire purchase on the Sprout website. Behind her floor bed, we do have a mirror, which has been there since she was a baby, and it is actually something that I would eventually like to take down. I just haven't had the heart to do it yet because she actually likes playing on the bed and like looking in the mirror still. Actually, her and Kylie both do. So I've just left it up for now, but it's not really a necessary feature in a toddler bedroom per se. And in case you're wondering, this mirror is actually a glass mirror, but it does have a shatterproof backing on the back that I think sticks to it. So in the event if something were to ever happen, the shards wouldn't fall out, they would just stay in place and it would just be cracked. So hopefully that never happens, but it is a shatterproof mirror as opposed to an acrylic one. It's actually one that we already had on hand that we decided to put in here, and she's not really a rough and tumble kid anyway, so we've never really had that problem. But if I did have a child who was perhaps a little bit more rambunctious, where that could more so be a possibility, then I likely would not have gone with this kind of a mirror. I would have just chosen an acrylic one instead. Even though I feel like it's probably safe for her to sleep with a comforter at this point, she actually prefers to sleep with her sleep sack right here. So she's still been using that. I'm thinking sometime in the future we're gonna switch over to giving her like a full-on comforter and everything. But she does sleep with a little toddler-sized pillow, which I absolutely love. It's so soft. It's made of organic cotton, and it's literally like a miniature pillow that's just her size. And then she keeps a couple of her favorite stuffed animals over here that she sleeps with every night. And then next to her floor bed, I added a little reading area for her recently because we like to do bedtime stories in here with her. And sometimes she just likes to sit in here and read by herself, especially in the mornings when she's first waking up before anyone else has gotten up. So I added this little chair and a little basket of books, and then this cute little rainbow artwork piece down low where she can see it. And this frame is actually like a real wooden frame. I mounted it to the wall with those 3M Command like picture hanging strips. This way it's really difficult for her to accidentally knock it off the wall, and then there's no hardware for me to worry about at all. And in addition, the glass right here is not actually glass, it's acrylic, so it's not breakable or anything. It's like totally safe to have in her room. The chair I am absolutely in love with. The brand of it is Big Joe, which is the same as those giant beanbags that we have down in our basement. And I love this color pattern that they had available. It's the terrazzo pattern, but it is perfectly her size and she is so cute when she sits in it. And then right over here is her little book basket. It's just like a little cotton woven basket with some faux leather handles, and then just a selection of some of her recent bedtime favorites that she has asked to read with us. So we just kind of keep them handy in here for her whenever she wants to grab them. And I do get asked about these outlets all the time. They do have little covers inside them. They are just clear, which is why from far away it looks like there's nothing there. But they're really difficult to get out even for me. So she has never even bothered trying to get them out on her own. We did add this macrame wall hanging and this little gold dot shower decal feature shortly after she moved in here as a baby. But I don't think that this was in the baby room tour video. So I wanted you guys to see that because I actually really like this. This is like one of my favorite parts of the room. Over to the right of her floor bed is her activity shelf. And I've got a cozy little rug right here for her to sit and play on, which she loves to do. So that's there. And then we've got 4 different activities that I do try to rotate periodically for her. So right now she's very into like the little animal figurines. So I pulled out all of the farm animal figurines and she likes to play with those. And then over here, I've got a little stacker peg puzzle for her with the different shapes. And she's very much into like figuring this out and like these wrist motions. So this is a really fun one for her that she actually just got for Christmas. And I decided to put it up here in her room as opposed to downstairs. Over here is a little tiny basket of some of our magnet tiles that she loves playing with every morning. And then over here is a little basket filled with some of the stacking pegs and the little board that comes with it so that she can sort them and make towers and do whatever she wants. And then coming this way is her wardrobe, which I actually just did an entire video on, like how I organize each of the drawers and what I choose to store where and why. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about how I set up her wardrobe, I will link that video in the description box down below. Now on top of Mia's wardrobe, I have the Hatch rest machine, which we use for white noise and also as a nightlight. And then she's got a little mini lamp right here. And then this is just a little sensor that shows the temperature in the room and the humidity because her room is above the garage and sometimes it gets a little cold in the winter and a little hot in the summer. So I like to know exactly how warm or cold it is in here so that we can adjust the house AC. But as far as actually turning this lamp on, she doesn't do it manually because I don't want her to like pull it off the wardrobe by accident. So instead, I have it connected right over there to this little switch. So you can see it's kind of down low, it's at her level, and it's just 3M command strip to the wall, so it comes off pretty easily, but it is a remote. Sometimes she plays with it, but for the most part, she's pretty good about leaving it up here, and she knows that this button right here actually turns the light on. So in the mornings when she wakes up, she'll come over here and press the button and then she'll turn the light on for herself so that she can see while she's busy playing at her shelf. And this remote is connected wirelessly to the bulb that is inside the lamp. It's a smart bulb. And again, I'll link that below if you've never seen one of them. They are super cool and actually relatively budget friendly. Next to her wardrobe, we have a little Carousel Station, which doesn't have a whole lot on it just yet because of the fact that she's really only just now getting into this idea of like brushing her hair and putting bows in her hair and all that. So this eventually will turn into a more used station in the future, I might imagine. But for right now, she just kind of likes to look at herself in it and sometimes she'll brush her hair. And this mirror I actually got from Michael's craft store a couple of years ago actually for like $8. So it was really inexpensive. We just mounted it to the wall with these little mirror clips and it's been good to go ever since. Above her wardrobe, I recently added these 2 super cute little boho inspired prints that I found on Etsy, which I will also link below for you guys in case you're interested. I just had them printed out on the Walmart photo printing website and delivered to my house. And then I ordered these little magnetic wooden hangers that you just clip on to the top and the bottom of the print. And then you hang it up like that and it holds it in place really nicely. And I thought it looked really cute. And then next to these prints, kind of in the corner of the room here, she has this Brazil plant. It is a live plant that I have to water every so often, but it's ideal for low light conditions, which sometimes just the way this room is angled in our home, it does tend to be a little bit dark. So that's perfect for this room, but I do enjoy having this in here as like a little pop of greenery. And these curtains that are in here are actually thermal blackout curtains that I've had in here since she was a baby. And I used them a lot when she was taking daytime naps, obviously, but now that she's not taking daytime naps anymore, they don't really need to be in here. So I actually might remove them at some point, but for now I've just decided to keep them. I do keep a home security camera as our baby monitor right up there, like above the door area, so that I can get a nice wide angle of her no matter where she is in the room at all times, especially at nighttime. And the cords for it are secured really high up, right up here out of her reach. And then the rest of it that has to actually run to the outlet comes down under these little cord cover things that are, again, like 3M command strip to the wall. And she has never, ever, ever tried to take them off. And I'm thankful for that. But it's to conceal the cords so that she's not tempted to play with them. And then the outlet where everything is plugged in is covered by this little nifty box. So it comes off for an adult, but it's very difficult for a child to get it off. And then you just shove it back on there like that, and then they can't get to it. And then the only thing left in her room that I haven't shown you guys is the closet, which we don't keep a whole lot in there. On this side, it is primarily just extra diapers and pull-ups and sizes of diapers that were left over from Kylie that she hasn't grown into yet and things like that. So that's our diaper storage area. And then in the top of the closet, I just have a couple of storage bins really that have like random odds and ends in them. And this one's a little keepsake box that has like special mementos from her first year. And then on this side, I just have, you can see the boxes for their humidifiers that we use sometimes if it gets a little too dry or if they have a cold or something like that. And then the boxes for other things like white noise machine, camera, things that I might need in the future, I've kept them. And then over here is a box filled with all of my Montessori baby mobiles and then just some extra car seat parts. This clothing is the only clothing that I have hanging up in her closet. It's just a jacket that is just the next size up for her when she's ready for it. A little robe that she inherited from Kylie that she doesn't wear all the time, but she does sometimes. And then just some tutti outfits that are running a little large, so they don't quite fit her yet, but they will at some point, so I've held on to them. And then her Halloween costume from earlier this year. Below the clothing is her laundry hamper, and then over here is just a box of clothing that I held on to from Kylie that Mia doesn't fit into yet, but she will pretty soon. And then another empty box for more clothing because that one is getting a little bit full. And I do still keep a baby gate on her doorway at nighttime while she's sleeping, just for safety purposes because this is an upstairs room. And in the event that she eventually one night learns how to open that door because she's not quite tall enough to reach the knob yet, but when she is, and she does, I don't want her leaving the room at night and possibly getting injured. So this just gives me a little bit of extra peace of mind. All right, so that was Mia's Montessori toddler bedroom tour. I have put links down below to as many of the things in her room that I could find. This way, if there was something that you saw in the video that you were interested in, you can easily go check it out. And if you were interested in seeing what Mia's room looked like back when she was a baby and I did that tour, then I will put a link to that video in the description box down below as well. If you are interested in learning more about Montessori at home and positive discipline parenting, I offer a couple of e-courses that walk you through it step by step. So I will also be sure to give you a link to that as well. And just in case you are new to my channel, I just wanted to let you know that this video is part of a much larger series on this YouTube channel called Montessori at Home, which is aimed at providing practical tips and advice for busy parents like you and I for implementing Montessori at home with our children. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in watching more of, then you might consider subscribing to my channel. This way you don't miss a new video because I do upload a new one just like this one every single week. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.